Who on earth would consider flying halfway around the world to sail a catamaran 6,000 miles from Africa to Thailand with only 40 days before cyclone season? Did we mention the fact that the vessel sat for over 2 years just waiting for us to arrive? Aluminium catamarans are the latest hot topic, so for sure this is going to happen without any issues, right? So how do you manage to get a 53-foot catamaran from Africa to Thailand before the storms make it impossible? Grab a beer, coffee, or your best drink and watch this story unfold.
Welcome back to Don Hunter.
Well, this is a 53-foot aluminum exploration cat.
In my culture, we never buy used stuff. This is a 9-year-old boat. Back in the days, I would never have anything used, but in this case, I'm super happy. This boat is not an experiment. This is not a new boat where you need to work out some bugs. No, this is a vessel that's been around.
You know, it's like... Oops. I didn't say that.
Vessel that's been around. Thank you very much. It's been around, okay?
Experience is always better.
It's been around. Take it. It's been around.
And any of you guys that have sailed any distance, you know that shit breaks from bow to stern, and man, did shit break on this boat. This is why this boat is made for us. And let us tell you about what happened on this 6,000-mile journey. The decision-making process begins. How do we get it from Durban, South Africa, all the way to Thailand, which is about 6,000 nautical miles. See, we're used to doing like 600 miles, 6,000.
And if you noticed any gray hair, this trip was a nail biter.
And we only have a few options. Either we're going to ship it, or we're going to crew it ourselves, or get crew, or we go with crew. So the first option, shipping, becomes very expensive, very complicated. And we were in Durban. And with the storms coming, going anywhere south to Cape Town is very dangerous, not only for the vessel, but then timing-wise, how do you get it there and wait for the ship? Second option is what we actually planned on doing. We brought all of our gear and all of our goodies, and we were going to just take 6-7 months sailing. We didn't know that there was such a narrow weather window that it would take at least a year to get back to Thailand. A year we hadn't really planned on. And as luck would have it, we arrive in Durban.
We have arrived! I hate flying.
We decide this is the boat, and a project comes up that required my assistance. So actually us moving for a month or 6 months was out of the question. Challenge number 453. Where do you find a crew in South Africa that is willing to go in the beginning of cyclone season to Thailand with a boat that's been sitting for 2.5 years? Fortunately, Brandon, who we met on the sea trial of this boat and had been the captain of this boat for over 2.5 years, agreed to take it from Durban to Dar es Salaam. Well, we tried to figure out what to do with crew or ourselves from that point.
Imagine William was not a very nice guy to be around. Such a control freak he is, he wanted to be there, but he couldn't.
Now it even gets better because one of our subscribers, shout out to Sean, and everyone at the Bluff Boatyard agreed to haul out the boat for us. Make sure that you look at a past video where we were at Bluff Yard, where we did the bottom job, we did the props, we got the decking ripped off. Craig painted the boat. We did a whole lot of work, like in record time, still trying to beat these storms.
One of the best ways to stay safe online, whether you're at home, traveling, or even dreaming about life on a boat, is of course by using VPN. Honestly, in today's world, it's something everyone should have. Big thanks to our sponsor, CyberGhost VPN, for helping keep our adventures secure. Just like navigating uncharted waters, browsing the internet without protection can be risky, but with CyberGhost you are covered. So what is VPN? It stands for Virtual Private Network. I actually didn't know that. CyberGhost VPN creates a secure encrypted tunnel for all your online traffic, hiding your IP address and keeping your data safe from prying eyes. Or are they prying eyes? You know my English. CyberGhost VPN is easy to use on all major platforms like Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. Basically anything you are using. They have a strict no logs policy, meaning even they don't know what you're doing online. Scrolling that nasty stuff, aren't you? Plus, one subscription protects up to 7 devices at the same time, so you can share it with friends or family. And there is no risk. CyberGhost VPN offers a 45-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support. What else can you ask for? They are giving our users an amazing deal. Just $2 a month plus 4 extra months free. That's 84% off! With over 38 million users and an excellent Trustpilot rating, CyberGhost VPN is one of the best out there, and I love their name. But it's not just about safety. CyberGhost lets you unlock geo-restricted content, access better online deals, and enjoy over 40 streaming libraries like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and more. Whether you're traveling the world like us or just want to explore from your couch, CyberGhost has you covered. This offer is exclusive to our subscribers. Check the pinned comment or the description below to get it. Protect yourself today with CyberGhost VPN.
And while we were making all these decisions, we met a guy on the boat dock that said, oh, we just got back from that trip. We actually spent 7 days in jail. They impounded the boat. They accused us of smuggling drugs. We had to pay some pretty big fines to get the boat out of the impound yard. That's not something that we really wanted to hear as the boat was about to leave. Well, this was not news to Brandon, the captain, because he had been up and down this Mozambique channel multiple times. He said, I know where to go. I have to run with the AIS off. I have to run with all the lights off, and I have to run very close to the shoreline. So I'm missing the pirates, and I'm also in a place that's so dangerous they would prefer not to come. So crew got the boat ready to go. We left on a camper so we could start making our way to Dar es Salaam. So the boat headed out, and here we are watching every nautical mile of where they were going, what they were experiencing, and in the middle of this voyage, everything dies. Batteries cut out, no autopilot, boat goes dark. William, what do we do? So it turns out one of the alternator harnesses burned up. It shorted somehow, which killed the lithium batteries. The 2 chart plotters died because the voltage swung all the way up to 36 volts. Captain, luckily, was able to run on 1 engine, hotwire some things, and they got the boat to Dar es Salaam in weather and waves. If that isn't enough between pirates, running in the dark, no AIS, you then get into a part that's called the shallows, where the water is very shallow, the current is 7 knots, and when a blow, which the wind comes from the opposite direction, it can build to 20 and 25 foot seas, only 100 meters from the shoreline. Naturally, that's what this boat encountered with only 1 engine running. It was going to be anywhere from 9 to 15 days to get to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. We arrived first, still biting our nails. The boat arrived, everything was cool. Everyone was safe, first leg over with.
And this was the first time when somebody actually brought the boat for William, as the boat had arrived to Dar es Salaam, and it was a very happy moment. Unfortunately, it was a not so happy moment for me because William had to go back to Thailand because of work. And I, at that point, already had a dog, so I couldn't fly with him because of the dog's papers. I stayed in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania with a dog and a boat alone.
We still hadn't found crew for sure, and I thought, worst case scenario, I'll do what I have to do back in Thailand and then come back again, and then we just say screw it, we're taking the boat on our own.
Let me introduce you Captain Nut, which I think you remember from when we very first came to Thailand. First time we went on the Saba, Captain Nut helped us move the boat. We adopted each other. Also, we have Assistant Captain Bolt.
Crazy. He didn't ask how or why, he asked when.
Score. This is for Captain Nut. Then he had to find his own crew. It was a guy that has been helping Nut for a very long time. His name is Golf. One ended up being his wife. She agreed to come along on the voyage. So how did she feel with all of this?
The first time I asked her to go with me, so she said that say yes to me. And then when we get there, so this place is a bit scary. And then later, so we get out of Dar es Salaam. I think he clear for her a bit, and then so she know about the thing, Somalia, the thing like that. She shocked again. She said, well, if we get to Seychelles, can we send her back home? I said, well, not easy, like put on the bus and then just go straight away home. And then I talked with her more and more, so we come on the same boat. Why you leave me in the middle of ocean? And then the next day, she just changed her mind. And then, okay, what you want me to do?
Okay, so she did the shift, she did the cooking, she
Yes.
did. So we had a crew. The problem is the crew is in Thailand. I'm in Thailand. The boat's in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. My wife and our new dog is Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
And the weather window was narrowing down, so they didn't have much time to dream about it, right? They just had to fly. So Captain Nut, his wife, and Golf, all three crew members, flew from Thailand to Dar es Salaam only to realize that they are denied entry. Apparently, people from Thailand need yellow fever vaccine.
They take us to the room and then they say, oh, you have to have the yellow vaccine. This vaccine, they help your life. But and then if I have vaccine in that day, so I will be sick for another 4 days. I can be get the boat ready or can do nothing.
Now I'm in Thailand, texting, coming up with options, calling everybody. What do we do? Our crew is stuck. They're not letting him through customs. Well, once again, Captain Nut, it's not his first trip.
Ask him if we pay for this and then can we not have that? Because I don't want to sit and I just come take the boat. I not stay here.
Okay, and they let you.
Like they said, well, they already make a paperwork, everything, so we pay for paperwork and then
You okay? You
go the way along the field.
So he talked them into sending them to a clinic, getting vaccines, and then coming back and getting a stamp in their paper. After they paid the money, he said, is it possible just to get our paper and go through? And they let him through. So yay, crew arrived to the boat. So in Dar es Salaam, I was able to pick up 2 extra batteries as a backup plan in case the lithiums have an issue. Also was able to disconnect the alternator and the wire harness completely and get the motor running again, so that problem solved. Now we have 2 good engines, we have lithium, we have AGM battery, we have solar. Departure date set, boat fully provisioned. Off they went. Waved goodbye to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The reason why we both fell in love with this boat is with all the storms we've been in, 90% of a safe trip is to plan around the weather, watch your storm fronts, and stay just on the edge of the storm. In this case, there were 6 and 7 storms rolling through over the course of 15 days. This voyage was done in 22 days, and riding on the top of these storms gave enough wind and enough current for this boat to make it on 1 engine.
We have someone checking the weather for us and they try to tell us which way to go and then but sometimes I not really listen because I can see the wind and the current. So I can do that and then go together with them because they know exactly where the current go. They know how the wind changes but not really zigzag, but sometimes I try to catch the wind, try to catch the current. Everything can be changed every hour. The boat very strong. I don't feel scared anything when the 40 knot of wind still going good. But I tried surfing a little bit because the break off.
the pilot.
Suddenly the radar is flashing. Boats are racing towards them from all different directions.
Between 6 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock, I can see in the radar from really far, like 60 miles away. And then come closer, and they had 2 boats. So one running slow, one running very fast. We just need to be running away from them. So I used to engine put nearly full speed, thinking what we're gonna do if they come closer or well, we plan already. I get everything set up, waiting for them. Everything off in nighttime, they talk. We retreat 8 to 6 miles to us, and they stop.
It looked like there were pirates or someone trying to chase the boat. Off they went, lights off, AIS off again, and just headed straight for Seychelles, doing about 15 knots. 10 days into the voyage, I get a text from Captain Nut saying we blew a starter motor.
The first thing is the engine. I stopped in for a night, so I didn't to have a break. But I didn't off the sea fog or anything. What happened? But the water kept into the engine. I cannot be start the next day. Try to find the part, try to fit it, but we cannot do it.
On the starboard engine, we can't start it. We're only down to 1 engine. Do we have a starter somewhere on board? Well, naturally we did not. Turns out that the motor actually pulled water in through the exhaust and hydrolocked.
The rest of the trip around 2 weeks, I run only 1 engine.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Because the boat doesn't have a generator, we had to rely on the sun to keep the batteries charged with the new solar I put up, and we had one additional alternator on the port side engine. So luckily, nighttime sailing with everything shut down, that maintained the batteries, and during the day the solar maintained the batteries for the rest of the cooking and the voyage. The middle of the ocean, one engine, you've got wind, no problem, use the sails.
At sail, when I say around 10 days, we not put the sail down.
Stay out all the time.
Stay out all the time. Because if we put the sail away, we have to go behind. And then we need to open again, we're gonna go up again. And leave it for 10 days, maybe that after I know it break.
Well, the Genoa, once it was let out, got stuck because the belt blew out and they had to hand crank it back in. We do have a code 0. The winds were in the wrong direction, and with the storms, that couldn't be utilized. So manually, the Genoa is out. We have a port side engine running, and we're still doing between 8 to 12 knots based on the current and the wind. And we have a huge mainsail, but we can't put that up because a side stage snapped in the middle of the night.
Maximum wave about 5 meter to 7 and 40 knot of wind.
40 knot of wind.
Wind behind. We go down, boom, like all the wave eating the front like very high. And then in that time, the rain coming, everybody come in here. And then the noise bad, running away to see it, so on the side of the boat. So pull up.
For
In that time, we cannot go up on the mast because of the wave. The speed is, I don't know, broken away or they come off somehow, but so inside the prow doesn't hit anything. That really lucky. Or we already had the harness ready, so I just pull to the other side and then hook it on.
and then tight.
Tight.
Being properly rigged for offshore, we have double side stay, an inner and an outer side stay. The inner side stay pin snapped all the way at the top of the mast, came spiraling down, went over the top of the boat. Because the weather was so bad, the crew was inside in the lower helm. They came outside, and here's the side stay bouncing on the side of the boat.
One more time, we want to thank Captain Nutt, his wife, Wolf, Dylan, and Captain Brendan. Thank you for bringing our boat safe to us.
What about Captain William?
Captain William gets thanks too. Don't forget to click on the description link to get the special discounts CyberGhost VPN is granting to our channel users. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blog content on the internet for 2.03 a month only. Totally risk-free, so check it out. Link in the description.
Guess what we're starting? Boatyard Havoc. We're going to rip everything out and look for a video in the future on what we're going to do to upgrade this.
Yeah, next Saturday going to be upgrades on this boat where we're going to sit down and talk about everything that we're going to do to this poor boat. And the next one, we're already going to start showing you what we are ripping out, everything in motion. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends, say that these people are crazy and so on and so forth. And by the way, Saba 50 still for sale.